In this video, we're going to be building an app with Python and CSS. So this is an app that displays facts. We can navigate the facts, and the styles are in CSS. So we've styled the app using CSS, and the framework we're going to be using to build this app is pyqt. So you can install pyqt with pip install pyqt5 on your command prompt or terminal, and then we can continue. Here is going to be the startup code for our application. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you give the you subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up. So we're importing from pyqt5 q2 widget. We're importing QApplication, which is going to start, or which is responsible for handling all the events. QPushButton, it is for creating a button. QLabel for creating a label. QFrame for creating like a container where you can have a widget inside of it, or it can have a layout that, and it can contain a more widget. And we have a QVBoxLayout and QHBoxLayout, which are layouts. So VBox, vertical, horizontal layout, and vertical layout. And this one is for creating the main window. So I'm importing this QD right here for aligning our items maybe on different sides, like left, right, or center or top. So we're importing random, so we're going to be using this random for generating random number, as our app is going to be changing color whenever you click next or previous. We're going to need a random for generating the random number for the RGB. So right here we're creating the main, so main, which is for inheriting from our QMainWindow. So we get that, which means we're creating a window, and we can say right here we're initializing the QApplication. We're initializing the window, we clean that window, and we're saying the window.show. So we're going to show this. So this one is going to display our window for us on our desktop, and after execute it's going to start the main loop. So whatever you put after here is not going to get executed. So again, if you run this should work fine without any errors. You can see that we have an empty window. Okay, so we have this empty window, and if you have this, which it means that you are ready to go. And by the way, if you want to get the starter code, you can get it from the GitHub repo, or you can just copy it in the description down below. So let's just continue. Now we can start coding our application, and we can start by creating our main frame. So I'm going to say main underscore frame. So you can see that it's going to be QFrame, and then our main layout. So the main layout for application is going to be QVBoxLayout. It is going to be inside the Mainframe like that, and the button underscore layout. So the button layout is going to be QHBoxLayout. So the button are going to be aligned horizontally. So now let's say self.set central widget. So central widget is going to be the main frame. Okay, so since that layout is inside the frame, we can then just run this again to see if everything works, and it still works fine without any errors. So now let's add some few things to our layout. So we're going to create a button. So let's say create button self, and let's say but equal QPushButton with text equal text. So this is going to be this function is going to be taking a text argument, and we can just return that button. So the reason I am using this function to create this button is that we're going to be styling this button in the same way. So they should just, instead of repeating something all over again, you can just use the same function to create the buttons. So you can just say button next equal self.create button, and the text is going to be, let's say, next for now, button underscore prev equals self.create button, and the text is going to be prev. So now we can add this to our button layout. So you can say button layout dot add widget in camel case, and that's going to be button previous first, and then button layouts the add widget, and then button next. So let's then add this button layout to our main layout. You can then say main layout dot add widget add layouts in camel case as well. You can then say button layout. You can save this, and you can see we have two buttons on our window right here. So you can see that we have these two buttons right here, and now we can just align this at their position. So this one should be alignment equal qt dot align right. So this one should be align left, I think. Okay, so this one should be alignment equal qt dot align right, like that. So let's see if they're working fine. It's a kind of crazy window. So you can see that we have these buttons at their positions. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a frame. So for the facts, so we're going to say facts frame, and this is going to be inheriting from QFrame. We're going to initialize that function. I say function class, sorry, so super dot init. So now we're going to say layout for this frame is going to be QVBoxLayout. So this frame is going to have a label, so dyk label equal QLabel, and then the text is going to be do, then you know, and a break statement. So we can actually add this thing to be a header one. So that's HTML tag. So again we're adding HTML tag to this, and let's say dyk label dot set alignment equal, so the alignment is going to be qt dot align center. So align that at the center, and we can say dyk label dot set word wrap through. So you can say self.content underscore label equal QLabel. So this one is going to be the one that is going to have the facts. So text equal nothing for now. We're going to just say self.dyk label dot set alignment. Okay, also qt dot align center, and then the self dot content label. So this one is self the content label, sorry, content underscore label that sets word wrap, this one. So true. So you can add this to our layout. So layout equal layout dot add widget. So we're going to add that dyk label, and we're going to add label dot add widget, and that's going to be self the content label, and we're going to say self the set layout. So the layout, we're setting the layout for the frame to be the layout created. So now let's create an instance of it. So we're going to create a new let's say self dot fact underscore fact underscore frame equal fact frame, and we're going to say self dot fact frame dot content label dot text dot set text is going to be fact here. So right here I'm just saying this content label, which is an attribute to this class. We're setting the text, so which is this QLabel. We're setting the text with facts here, and then let's add this thing to our widget. So we can say main layout dot add widget, and that's fact frame, sorry, self dot fact frame. So you can save and run, and you can see, boom, we have the right here, and we have fact here, and we have our buttons down here. So things have started looking interesting, right? So we can just now start styling maybe. So we can come right here and say self.set style sheet. So you can see background. So right here we're going to be using the CSS syntax. That's background is white. The border radius, let's give it about 10 pixel. The margin is about 15 pixel, like that. So let's save, run. You can see that we have our facts like that. You can see they're looking cool. What's wrong with my mouse? Expand. You can see that right here. You can see that they're looking cool. Right here we can actually just say alignment equal qt.align top. So we're going to be aligning that at the top, and this one we're going to be aligning it at the center. So align equal qt.align center. You can see right here, you can see that the label is now at the top. Okay, so we can then style our buttons. So let's style this button. So you can say bot.set style sheet. The background for our button should be white. We can set the border radius to 10 pixel. The min width, that's the minimum width, is going to be, let's say, around 50 pixels. And then we can have a margin of 0, then 15, 0 and 15. We can save that and let's run, and you can see we have our buttons looking nice. Come on, what's wrong with you? You can see we have a button next and a button previous. Okay, so maybe we should have a padding around this button. So you can say padding, let's say around 10 pixel as well, and boom, we have that. Like that, we have our our next, our previous. Everything is working pretty fine. So now we can just create our get all of our facts. So I have this function that is going to, so I'm going to import that fact because I don't want all the fact lists to kind of just make our code look bigger. So this one is the function that is going to return all the facts. You can see that if I actually change this one to get all facts, and I'm going to print that. So we're going to print that. So you can see that we have this long list of facts. Okay, so we can actually just continue. We can say self.fact list. So self.fact underscore list equal get all facts, and we can actually have a navigator. So self.current fact or current index equal, let's say, 0. So right here, instead of facts here, we're going to say self.fact list index of self.current index, like that. You can save that. You can see that we have this fact number 1 like that on our facts label, and when we click next or previous, nothing happens still. So we can then just create the next and previous function. So define a function called next, and we're gonna pass self, and we can pass for now, and let's say prev self, and for now pass as well. So now we're going to, let's say, if self the current index is less than the length of the self the fact list minus 1. So we're going to say want to increment the current index. No, want to first say self, yeah, I want to increment the current index plus 1 plus equal 1, and then want to say self dot fact frame dot current content label dot set text equals self dot current index self dot fact list, self dot fact list index of self dot current index. And then we want to then we create the if self dot current index is less than or is not equal to minus the length of the self dot fact list minus 1. Then want to say self dot current index plus minus equal 1, since we're going to be going back. And then want to say self dot fact list fact frame dot content label dot set text equals self dot fact list index of self dot current index, like that. So now we can connect this button to our function. So right here in this create button, I'm going to say pass another parameter func. So this is going to be clicked. So when you click the button, it should execute that function. So this one, the function is going to be self dot next, and this one is going to be self dot prev, like that. So let's see if it works. So we can see that it is actually working, and when we click previous, you can see again back, next, previous, next, previous, like that. So now we should do the magic of the color changing. So define a function called change underscore color is going to pass self. So that's why we import random. So we're going to be generating a random number for the RGB. So you're going to say red equal random dot rand int, so 0 to 255. So we're going to be doing the same for the blue. So copy that and paste right here, and the same for the green. So blue and then green. So we're going to use a formatted string. So it's a color equal a formatted string with red, comma blue, comma green, right? So green. Okay, so this is going to be wrapped around a tuple, and that's going to be RGB. So this is going to be the CSS RGB whatever. So we're going to be saying self dot set style sheet. So self, that's the main window. So background is going to be that color. So we're going to say dot format to color. Right here on load, we're going to, when the window load, we want to self dot change color. So you're going to be calling that function to change the color. And right here, whenever we click next, on the self dot change color. Right here, so whenever I click previous, want to change the color. So let's see, you can see, wow, we already have a nice color on load. And whenever I click next, you can see we have new color, previous, new color, and like that. So we can increase the font of this fact right here. You can just come right here to the content label. So you can set of the content label dot set style sheet, or you can set the background, the font size to around, let's say 25 pixels, and let's save and run. Oh my gosh, that's too big. Let's use 20. Even that is big, but it is better. So the dyn label, so you can to copy right here, and we're going to paste this thing. So instead of content label, we're going to say dyk label, and we're going to be setting the font size to around 20 or 30 pixel. So let's use like 28 pixel. And oh my gosh, look at that. So we have our app completed. So the final touch for the app is that you can see that right here the next and the previous buttons are not what we saw earlier, so we're going to change that. So I got that from the characters on my computer, so I'm going to use this character for the next. So you can copy that character and replace it right here. So for next, I'm going to put it right here, and for the previous, we're going to say copy character and it's going to paste it right here. So let's save and rerun. You can see we have that those buttons like that. So we can actually still, you know, right here we can change the font size. So we're going to say font size for this button. So maybe this button styling is too long, we should reduce it a bit. So we can say font size, let's say around 25 pixels. Let's see that. Okay, you can see now they're bigger, and we can make them bold, like saying font weight to bold, save, and they're bold. And right here in our application we can make the style, we can change the style of our application. So I can say app.setStyle. So Fusion is one of the pyqt styles for applications, and you can see that before, you can see that we are getting a kind of click animation whenever we click this button when the app is not in Fusion. If you can notice well, you can see like there is a kind of animation right here. You can see whenever I click the button, but now when it is in Fusion, there is no that animation. Okay, so our app is pretty much complete, and we've built it around Python and pyqt. I say pyqt and CSS. So we build the application using pyqt and CSS. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, and if you like the video, you can give the channel a subscribe, or you can subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.